Bad habits regularly lead to silly deaths in Call of Duty, and especially in Modern Warfare, where the time to kill is so fast that the tiniest mistake can get you killed in an instant. And if you're regularly making mistakes via the bad habits we're going to discuss in this video, expect to see your KD plummet so fast it'll resemble an asteroid burning up in Earth's atmosphere. Now, I've covered bad habits on previous COD games, such as being repeatedly killed by kill streaks because you're running out in the open like an idiot with no cold-blooded on. So in this video we're going to try to stick to habits specifically related to Modern Warfare. Having said that though, the first habit we need to discuss is repeatedly running out in the open. We all know how campy Modern Warfare is by now, yet there's still players out there wondering how they can't perform as well as they prance around open areas of the maps, acting as easy target practice for enemy players sitting behind cover. Seriously, learn your lesson. Adapt, as people like to say. I know you think you're scump with some aggressive movement looking to hit some world star plays, but we Jimmy's more than capable of shooting you out there time and time again. If you're going to be running so much, at least be smart about it. Move cover to cover, you know. Sticking with the theme of running, some players, and I include myself in this one, have a habit of running through every door they come across, not knowing they're basically ringing the dinner bell for the enemy team. Like when you smash through these doors, you do know everyone can hear that, right? I mean, check this out, we're tied 97 to 97 in TDM, high pressure environment, but I hear an enemy smash through a set of doors and I get the jump on him and clutch up the win. The doors literally cost the enemy team the match. A kinda similar situation here. My teammate hears the door being smashed and anticipates the enemy rushing him. Of course, he didn't have ice in his veins like your boy Marley has though, but seriously, take the doors seriously. Even politely opening them isn't good enough sometimes. This enemy with his headset blasted heard the creaking of this door and caught me off guard. Apparently in this Modern Warfare universe, WD-40 isn't a thing, so yeah, start adding some MLG door plays to your game. Not this one though, this one was shite. Honestly, at this point already, I feel like simply running in general is a bad habit, but the last running related habit is gonna stop running into claymores and bouncing betties. Come on now, take your time trespassing into someone's campsite. Put spotter on or something. It's actual insanity running to the same spot over and over and expecting the enemy not to have a new claymore down when they're quite clearly that much of a shithouse. Those deaths are on you. Moving on to a ground war specific habit, and that is spawning on your teammates who are obviously in a dangerous spot. The game actually tries to help you with this too. You can't spawn on a teammate mid gunfight most of the time, but if you spawn on them literally as soon as it lets you, expect them to still be in a bit of a predicament. I give away so many cheap deaths this way, but seeing them in combat is exciting to me. Hell, they don't even have to be in combat. Sometimes the game tells me to use caution as I spawn on them and do the exact opposite. I'm about as cautious as Jeff Hardy in a ladder match. Like, check this out. I'll be spawning on a teammate who's practically sitting on the rim of the enemy's base and expect to make it out of there alive. Oh, I'm so bad for this. Here's one a few of you watching may have without knowing. The habit of giving away your position with your green laser. I mean, it clearly says on the cons of the 5MW laser, it's visible to enemies, but I still see players aiming this through doorways without a care in the world. Like, look, I died because the enemy saw my laser and knew exactly where to shoot faster than me, and I'm the one camping the doorway. Obviously, these examples are for educational purposes, just FYI, but it's true that milliseconds of a head start in Modern Warfare can make all the difference. The first enemy in this example must think he's in Tomorrowland and my laser is just part of the show, so they don't bother with it. However, the other enemy uses the information of my laser to take my camping arse out the game. I could serve up so many examples of these lasers being a death sentence, but I'm not saying don't use them, I'm just saying maybe be more careful where you're pointing them is all. Another new feature Modern Warfare brought us was mounting, and whilst you should be taking advantage of this feature, that doesn't mean you should be doing more mounting than Russell Brand on Viagra, but that also doesn't mean you find one spot to mount on and sit there for the entire match until someone outside your field of view inevitably kills you. The only exception to the rule being that if you're grinding up your mounted camo challenge kills, whatever, in that case go for it as you were, but for the majority of players doing too much mounting, gonna just chill out a bit and give your thumbstick a rest. I'll tell you something which never rests though, the amazing notification squad we have here on the channel, and if you're new here, enjoying the video and want to join them, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to join these two legends who have a great habit of showing up to the videos early. But we're not done with these other bad habits yet. How many of you are guilty of being too aggressive in gunfight and are often the first player to die? Come on now, admit it. It doesn't matter what gun it is, pistol, SMG, sniper rifle, you're charging towards the enemy at full speed every round. That is until they easily cut you down mid-sprint. You seriously need to work on that. In gunfight, there's no shame of playing it slow. Hell, in gunfight, you should definitely be in a good habit of mounting your walls and obstacles. Try your hardest next time to calm down a bit and see how you get on. Oh, this one really does my tits in. Players who have a habit of not reviving teammates in cyber attack. A body will be right there ready to come back in the game safe and sound, but nah. They selfishly just stroll right on by and more often than not get themselves killed shortly after. Karma. You gotta get those revives in, folks, and if you revive teammates regularly, it'll inspire them to hit revives too, and guess what? You'll start winning more rounds. So many big plays, big round swings in cyber attack comes from reviving or being revived. Maybe it's karma, or maybe it's just the fact you have more players alive in the round, but either way, don't be that guy running past easy revives. I'm sure we all have a mate who we play with who needs to be told that they are this person. And finally, recent fans of the channel will recognise this beast of a gun, but what habit does it represent? Players equipping the heaviest attachments on every gun they have. It's one for the more newer players, but you do see it happen. Players not paying attention to the pros and cons in Gunsmith, and before they know it, they've created a gun so heavy their soldier needs to be on all sorts of steroids just to run 2 meters with it. And don't forget the age it takes to aim down the sights. Yeah, start carefully planning your gunsmith builds, folks. That is going to be all for the video though. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go for those 2,000 likes as always, and of course let me know your worst habits in Modern Warfare in the comments below. Like I say, I'm really bad for crashing through every door I come across. Also let me know if I missed any bad habits, and once again, if you're new here, please do subscribe. It'd be great to have you around the channel more. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.